Ah, hey, what's up? I gotta check to make sure we got sound. Join me here for a minute while I get myself situated. I'm a little um, surprised, but I'm joining Twitch and Twitter, so you're gonna get to see some fun today. I'm uh, I'm in the middle of turning all that on right now, so bear with me for a minute. I'm gonna keep talking while I'm doing it. I'm opening a Twitter browser here so I can see some tweets and do some things. I'm gonna mash some buttons on Twitter. Uh, I don't usually do that, so we'll see how it works out for me. Yeah, cool. I gotta log in. And here we go. I'm gonna tweet my first live tweet while we're doing this. But I think on our calendar today is scheduled for Battle of the Bots, and when we don't have Battle of the Bots, we don't have it all the time. So I'm gonna do my best to try to hop in here and share some things that I do outside, you know, everything else. so today I'm gonna dig into some biomedical devices and start the process of sharing. Maybe we'll take some stuff apart. We'll do some open some apps in the Arduino IDE, stuff like that. Try out some things. I'll share, the stuff I have for my boxes of goodies and gadgets, and give you an idea of maybe how some of them work. Explain it in my own words, or take you to places where they'll explain it better than me trying to struggle for the correct terms. That way nobody gets all fired up to call me a bad engineer. But here we go. So I'm gonna live tweet my first tweet. Be live tweeting. While we go. I'll be live tweeting in this thread while we go. In this thread while we go. Join me over on Twitch to see what I pull out of my bins of toys. Or what I might have to make. If I can't find it. There we go. Oh, I don't need to sign I was going to sign my name, but hey, whatever. I'm going to chat on a thread on Twitter. So as we're going along, you can probably pop in over there and see what's happening. If you don't know where it is, everything we do is we lift and shift. And there we go. So now I'm gonna leave that thread open for me on the other side over there. Dun dun dun. And cool. Now let's get into it. Okay, cool. So I'm the founder of the Lift and Shift Foundation. It feels weird saying that. And you can see up here in the corners my crazy messy desk. I'm gonna check and make sure I have sound, because I think that's important. There we go. Okay, I heard it. I heard it over there. I have sound. That's my MacBook. Actually, you can see it on the screen right there. There's my MacBook, open, ready to do stuff. I really wanted to share some screens and do some cool stuff for like video overlays and things, but this happened rather quickly. I was supposed to be in a lab today, and turns out I'm not. So I'm going to work on some personal projects, and I'm going to try not to get undressed and do like medical type stuff on because I heard this is a family website, so we will wire me up with a couple things hopefully today. I dug out three small boxes of gear, and I'm going to try to go through all the cool stuff I have and share a little bit about how it works. Maybe we'll try to wire it up so I can show people how easy this is, how cool it is. A lot of the stuff I have it shows up with instructions, and you don't really have to do much as far as math's concerned or anything else. You don't have to be an engineer. I'm fortunate enough to have the degree. It just means I did a lot of math. It doesn't really mean I do anything special with it. But yeah, so I'm in a chair. I'm in my work desk for as long as we can do this. I'll be playing videos from our outreach program, Battle of the Bots, while I take breaks in between sessions and snacks and things to finish some live tweeting. I expect we'll be doing this probably for, I don't know, a couple hours, but we'll see how it goes. And I'm gonna have a window open for chats in case anyone wants to ask questions, anyone wants to see me try to do something cool, anyone who hops in, that's fine with me. So there we go. I'm way ahead of myself already. So we're gonna check out this first thing I have here on my desk. This is actually right here. It's my undergrad project. When I worked on my degree in electrical engineering, I was really fast. I was also a veteran. I'm an Army veteran, by the way. Hi. So I was really fascinated by electrophysiology, or the way the body makes electrical signals in your telling muscles to move, telling brain connections, how they work and stuff like that. So I built this thing right here. I'm gonna get all close in on it. This is an electroencephalogram, an EEG, an electroencephalogram. That's the words. So I designed this part here. This is a cheap knockoff Arduino part. So you can kind of see it. I designed this here, and this actually worked. It got me my undergrad. This was my capstone project. So you can see right here is one chip, and inside here there is another chip. These are basically amplifiers, and all the rest of this stuff is some crazy parts. And what it does is it kind of filters out noise. Most of this does. All this stuff over here kind of filters out noise. And these chips right here are set. This is actually the main chip that drives it. You can see right here. We can take a peek at that on the internet. It's an AD627 is the chip. And if I remember correctly, this has been a while. I don't use this anymore. I keep it around for for sentimental value, to really, honestly. And so what it does is it allows you, an electroencephalogram allows you to kind of measure the current around the brain, and not specific parts of the brain or specific like neurons, but like areas of the brain, regions in general will kind of like pulse, and through that pulsing of electromagnetic force, or an electromagnetic field, you'll be able to kind of sense the voltage, whether it's positive. It's called a half cell potential, is the nerdy term for it. So I'm at a loss for words, but this actually worked. This fancy circuit here actually worked. It actually does its job. It only does one signal, so you can only attach it and watch like one little part of the brain. Medical devices, medical electroencephalogram will track like 20 different things, and you'll see sometimes that they have these crazy headsets, and I'll show you later. I have planned to dig into this another commercially made product. So this is just something I wanted to show off for the minute, and I dig it. But we're gonna live tweet about that right now. How about that? I grabbed a screenshot while we were doing this, so I'm gonna grab this, and we're gonna first gadget up is in EEG I built during my undergrad. We are live tweeting, and this it kind of feels a little awkward, right? I also want to. that. Okay, so now we're going to try out this part of the live tweet. Dun dun dun. We'll see what happens there. Cool. So let's ditch that for a minute. Let's come back. That's a little awkward and a little slow. I'll have to come up with a better way to do that. Well, maybe we'll take breaks, and that's how I'll do that. I'll play some videos and things. So first up, I'm gonna ditch this. Let's dig into. We're gonna put that aside over here. Bum bum bum. First up is a box of goodies. Let's see what's in the box of goodies. Box of goodies. Okay, first up is one of my favorite things. It's actually not an electrical measurement of any kind. It is a pulse sensor from world's famous electronics type thing. And it's super simple. Maybe we hook this up today. Maybe we do this. But this is something you would see in a lot of settings in like real life. So it's called I'm gonna butcher it, but it's called a let me come back here. It's called a photoplasmograph. It's a massive big word. Photoplasmograph. Basically, it's a little light sensor, and this measures your heart rate. And you see this all the time. If you go to the doctor, and they stick the little thing on your finger, it's measuring your pulse and your pulse ox and all that other stuff. It's measuring light basically, and the idea is that your blood has different darkness, like colors, while it's pumping through your body. So when the blood is pumping away from your heart, it's full of like dark. It's dark because it's full of like nutrients and stuff, and it comes back a different color, and this light sensor will pick it up. So obviously this isn't medical grade. This is like a hobby kind of thing, and we can check this out. We can do some cool stuff with this. We can play with this. So as you can kind of see from the pack, I'm going to come back to the actual thing here, and I'm going to grab a screenshot. We're going to grab a screenshot first. So I'm going to grab a quick screenshot and say first up here is our pulse sensor. Cool. So give me a second to grab a screenshot. We'll see how that works for us. Dun dun dun. Okay, thanks for bearing with me. I'll put that away for later, and I'll take a break, and I'll do some live tweeting about it later. But this package makes it very easy to assemble and put together. So I think we will actually do this. How about that? Well, let's set this up today and let's do that. So I'm going to go to pulsesensor.com, and there it is, actually right there. So pulsesensor.com, if we go back to the original page, dun dun dun, right there. So there's the little guy for real. It's the same thing. If I show you this camera right here, check it out. It's the same. There we go. The same product, same thing. Poof. Cool. So it's the same thing, and it's got all the stuff right here. They set it up so that you can get started with a project. We're gonna use an Arduino today, so I'm gonna set this up with an Arduino. We're gonna do a reel like now, and if I click on just get started with a project, there's a YouTube video. I'm not going to watch the YouTube video. Kind of interesting to do that. They claim to have a library of examples. So let's check it out. Let's dig into the Arduino. We're not going to do the Mac OS or the processing, although I've done this before in the past for like presentations and things. It's really cool and really fun. So let's go back. Where? Pulse sensor toolbox. Okay, here it is, right here. So they put together a toolbox, and if you click on this toolbox, it takes us to GitHub, where we can download all the stuff, all the cool, crazy stuff. So here's what it actually is. It's a right there. Oh, okay, so I'm just gonna download it. Go to the file. I just want to download the file. Boo! Okay, let's download the whole thing. Let's download the zip. That was more annoying than it needed to be. I'm gonna copy it to my desktop. I don't know if you can. No, you can't see all that crazy stuff, can you? Huh? Okay, so I copied it to my desktop, and let's see where we are with it. I'm gonna open it. Let's check it out. There's a README. You can't see the README. Getting started project. I'm gonna open this in Arduino. And let's see if I can share this window real quick. Let's see if I can share a new scene. Window capture. I'm gonna try to do this live, like let's call it Arduino. And we're gonna grab the actual getting start. There we go. Look at that. Dun dun dun. Okay, folks. Very cool. So let's check it out. I'm gonna open that. I'm gonna make that screen bigger so you can see it. Ready? How's that look? Ooh, I drug it too far. There we go. Okay, I got a warning that Arduino says it's there are updates for some of my libraries. But I'm gonna leave that alone. So we're gonna use an Arduino for this. So we're gonna use LED 13, which is the built-in LED. Pulse sensor purple pin we're gonna set to 0. So it tells us here that we need to set up an Arduino and we need to get it going. So I am gonna set up this Arduino right now and get this going. So what we need to do is I need to find an Arduino. And lucky enough, I'm going to dig into the box here. I got another Arduino right here. Ooh, I have the original Arduino Uno. So if we get a minute here, I have the original Arduino Uno, and we're gonna disassemble. I have a shield attached to it that I was gonna talk about also, but we need this for now. We need this right now, and I'm gonna separate the shield very gently so we can come back to it. Well, I set this stuff aside. So we got the Arduino ready to go. I need a cable for it. So that's next up on the list in my crazy little boxes. Let's put this one aside too. Got all kinds of toys in here. And what I really want to do is I want to be able to track heart rate easily. This will do it, but I think the Arduino is a bit bulky, so I might need an Arduino Nano if I want to use this device. But it clips onto your ear, it clips onto all kinds of other places. I want to set it up so I can show you, and I want to do it like right here in person so that it's super easy. Let's do the let's do the micro. I have the micro already all set up. So let's set this aside. I'm gonna use this breadboard right here. How about that? Because we have an Arduino. I'm gonna go back to my window here. Tools. We're gonna have the Arduino set. The Arduino. Oh, you can't see that either. My menu. I have the Arduino Mini Pro set up, 3.3 volt, and we're gonna try it out. We're gonna try that out right now. I'm gonna set the. I'm gonna pull off right here. Oh, so you can see my desk. That's what I need. I'm a hot mess right now. Let's turn this off. Okay, let's go to the desk. Yeah, there we go. Let's go to the desk. Check it out. So we're going to go to the desk. I'm disassembling my device here that I was working on. We're going to set this aside. I'm going to get this fired up. We're going to unplug my power from some of the things that I was doing here. We're actually just going to unplug. I realize my big fat fingers are in the way. We're going to unplug all this stuff, really. This is my Bluetooth adapter I was working on. These are some switches here. We'll leave those laying around over there out of the way. Pull these out of the way. We're going to plug in our USB. So I'm going to snap in the USB right here. And we're going to give this a shot. So this needs, if we take a peek at it, right there, I don't know if you can read that or not, but it needs a plus, minus, and a purple line. So let's go back and look at this. We've got a plus, minus, and a purple sensor pin right here. Says it's plugged into 0. Cool. Are we ready? Let's do it. So we will plug in channel 0. Let's take it back to our Arduino here. Channel 0. I need to get a magnifying glass. I cannot believe I'm going to say that. I am getting old. So we need channel 0, if you can see that there. Check it out. I'm looking for 0. Oh, I see A0 right there. So the purple line has got to go to A0. Plug that in. And then these two lines are positive and negative, or ground. So they will attach to power from the USB. So the USB will power the Arduino, and the Arduino will power this device. Now, I'm going through this very quickly because I realized right now. Let's see, which power. These are tiny things, so you can kind of see they're marked as. Can I do that? Can I get away with that? Oh wow, that looks kind of cool. Voltage is 2 over from ground, so the ground is the highlighted one, and then there's a reset there. Okay, so we should be able to connect this right away. I'm gonna get up and grab a cord that actually fits this. Very cool. Let's get it plugged in. And let's see what happens. Dun 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 dun. Okay, so you can see this little green light right here. It's got power, it's working. So the green light shines into your body. Let's bring it back up. Let's bring it back up to me. So you can see this green light right here. And it's on both sides. I'm flipping it over. You can see that the green light is shining on your skin. You can kind of see the glow on my fingertip. And what's reflected back into the little sensor under it is how it detects the whether your blood is pumping actively or not, and some other various things that go into it. So we're gonna set this up right now with our code. I'm gonna try to upload the code right into this Arduino, and hopefully this runs and it works, and we can watch this in the serial monitor, and that's the goal. That's the hope. And then I can show you like in person how all this stuff, like I can attach it all kinds of different places, and we can play with it. And then I might take a break. I need some snacks. I need things. It's a Saturday, so I'm kind of a mess. I'm always a hot mess. But anyway, Saturday means I kind of stuff my face a lot and relax and try not to stress over the things that stress me out during the week. I got some coffee over here. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. I ran and got some iced coffee just before we started this, and some snacks, some little tiny snacks. But yeah, let's go back to the Arduino page. Here we go, and we're gonna try to get this running right now, like straight out of the box. No nothing. No shenanigans. Let's see. Can we verify the code first? Let's verify the code. Oh. Maybe we have to mark that out. Huh. 3112 was a number in there, and it did not like that 3112. So let's verify the code again and check it out. It's compiling the sketch. Done compiling. It doesn't have any. Arduino's not angry about it. So let's see if I can send it over to my Arduino. You can see. Oh, you can see here. There's some things happening. It sent it over. So there it is. All right. So the way the code worked. Let's go back to check out the code first. So the code is set up. Let's talk through the code. This code shows a live human heartbeat. It uses the serial plotter to show my heartbeat, and it blinks an LED on the board. Cool. So that's like I dig all of these features, and it uses some other things. So we have it set up so that our purple pulse sensor pin is pin 0. Signal threshold. It's LED 13 on the Arduino will flash as we measure this, and then we're also talking to the Arduino from the computer so we can see it. So I'm going to try to open the serial plotter, and you can't see that. So let me see if I can switch windows here. Actually, before I do that, let's turn that off. Let's go back to my scene here. So that is pin 13. You can see pin 13 there, and you can see as I kind of like change, like the light from above us is also shining on this part here. So as I cover the light from above, you can see the light flashing, changing underneath. Right? Kind of cool. Shows us it's working. So let me do this. Let me put it on my finger, just like you would see at a hospital. There we go. You can see my pulse right there. My pulse is flashing, which is kind of cool, right? So that's my pulse. That's my pulse rate. You can kind of do some math. Instead of holding your finger on it, you can see it. Now, if I take it away, it stops. If I flip over, oh, there's supposed to be a protective, like a cover on this. And there, you can see the flashing right here as I do this. Right there, that's my heart rate. Cool, huh? Right? So this actually works in a lot of other different ways. Like I said, we can detect my heart rate from my ear, for example. You occasionally see this clipping on your ear. And let's see if I can get it to work right here on my ear. Sometimes at the hospital they clip it on your ear, right? Oh, I might have been squeezing too hard. But you can see the light flashing here. Right there. It's a little off, it's a little touchy, but like I said, this is not a medical grade device. So if I were to hold it up a little closer, let me see if I can get it closer. That is on my ear. And this is on my finger. You can see the flashing. Very cool. So it uses light, and you can see the light right here. The light shines in your skin and reflects back to the little bump right under it. That little bump is a photo plasmograph. That's actually what you do. But yeah. So let's get a good screenshot of this thing in action. And ignore me while I live tweet this. But I kind of want to see what happens with our next project. So this is kind of a challenge for me. Oh. Bad host. Okay, fair. Hang with me. Here we go. Cool. All right. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to try this first break thing, and I'm going to live tweet a couple parts, and then I'm going to come back. So while I'm live tweeting things and setting up the next scene to share, I'm going to play a video, so you can check it out, the video, and then we'll see how that goes. I'm feeling a little experimental today. So yeah, this should be fun. This should be cool. When I come back in just a couple minutes, we will. In fact, I'll cut off the video as soon as I'm ready. But I'll show you this video over and over and over again, and probably a couple times today. This is a highlight reel from the outreach program that we run called Battle of the Bots. And while you were watching that, I'm gonna maybe not angry tweet, but obnoxious tweet. How about that?
has gone wrong. Wally, don't do this. Don't wear Wally. Come on, go home. You know what I mean? Like, walk for this side. On your mark, get set, go. Point for the side. These guys.
Let's go. Have at it. Oh. Oh, and they're struggling. But they're not giving up. It's still a fight. It's still a fight. It's still a fight. What are they? There he is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, who got it? Who got it?
Best 2 out of 3.
3, 2, 1.
Go. Go. Have at it. Oh! 2 batteries down. I think that might be a draw.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that one a draw.
That was hysterical. Hey there. Okay, I'm back. Cool. So here's the fun part. We're gonna do a little more with this thing. So while you were staring at highlights from Battle of the Bots, I was digging out. I tweeted some scenes, but also I grabbed this part. This part came with the photo sensor, and it's a little clip that goes on your ear actually. So check this out. We're gonna hook this up to me. We're gonna wire this up, and we're gonna look at some other stuff here. So the way it's supposed to work is it clips on your ear, and this may be a little challenging for me. Let me get over here. Here we go. So it clips on your ear like this. And I have the feeling that it may be a challenge for us to work with. So it's meant to clip on your ear, and you can see here, I'm going to try to keep my head tilted to the side for a little bit while we stare at this. But you can see here, now the light is on solid all the time. I might, oh nope, it just disappeared. It just turned off. So if I mess with the sensor here, you can see it flashing. It might be a little sensitive. It might also be the fact that there's a circuit board that's bare. I might need a little bit of tape. And I was unprepared for that. So let's see what else I can do. I can unclip this. And all of a sudden, the signal stops completely. But let's stop relying on the light here. Let's stop relying on this light here, and let's look at the actual signal. So I set everything aside. I set all that aside. You can see here. Here's our fancy light. I'm gonna go to this page here, and let's check out the actual signal. So let's see if we can set that up. First, I need to open Tools, and there's something here called Serial Plotter. I have Serial Plotter open, and you can't see it right now, so I need to open the Serial Plotter and pick that as the new window. Let's see if I can do that, if I'm allowed to do that. Nope. Nope. Oh, maybe this is it. There it is right there. Yes. Okay, so that's the serial plotter. That's the signal that's coming out of this photoplasmograph. So you can see this photoplasmograph right here. And you can see now, you can see the light turning on when it gets the signal it wants. So let's take a peek at, there it is. Let me get rid of that other screen in the background, because that's annoying. We'll just pull this down some. Like that. So this is cool, right? This is the actual signal. Maybe I can... No. So this is the actual signal that you're seeing. And you can see that it's getting clipped a little at the top and the bottom right there. But you should be able to see my actual heart rate on the plotter once we get this set right. There we go. See where it's starting. It's very sensitive. It's very, very, very sensitive. And if I let go a little bit, if I stop pushing so hard, now you can see my heart rate. Super, super cool, right? So if I move my hand at all, you can see it does some weird things. But if I just touch this gently enough, you'll get a signal like that. And I think that's super cool, right? That's what you're looking for. So I'm gonna be obnoxious and grab another screenshot right there. And you can do a lot of cool things with a plasmograph. Thanks for bearing with me on the screenshot part. So yeah, now I can actually move around. It's sensitive to movement a little bit, but it's because it's sensitive to the light. If I block out more of this on the back, you probably get a different view of like the light. If I turn off the overhead light up there, you probably get a better view of this. But yeah, so there's my heart rate, and this thing works just like a light sensor that you might have anywhere else. And this is it. This is what it's doing. You can see the flashing on my Arduino also, and this is super cool for me as an engineer, because I can set this up to monitor my heart rate, just like your phone app does, just like your Apple Watch. Yeah, so I dig it. I think it's fun. It's kind of cool. And we'll take it back to my heart rate right there, so you can see my actual heart rate. And this is just 3 little wires, and this works on low voltage. 3.3 volts is low voltage. We're gonna bring it back to me for a minute. So this works on low voltage. I'm gonna turn off the serial monitor, and all this other stuff. And in fact, I'm gonna set this down. So I'm gonna have a snack. This is running. It will continue to run for quite a while. And this is a cool device for me because I can use it, in a lot of different places. I can clip it on my ear. We didn't see that work yet, but I think I was pressing a little too hard. So I'm gonna eat a little dark chocolate nubby here. Oh, that was delicious. Cool. And hey, hi. I see a chat. Hi. How you doing? Cool. And if we come back to our screen here, you can see that so I took over the Lift and Shift Foundation's Twitch today, our stream. Nope, not political at all. I'm an Army veteran. But yes, Battle of the Bots was supposed to be scheduled on our weekends, and when we don't have it, I'm hopping in here to share some things about like other devices I make. So if you see this here, this is all part of a heart rate sensor that I just set up, and this was a screen where you could see my heart rate. I hooked up to myself, and yeah, it works. We downloaded the software from right from the internet. It took like 5 minutes, and that's where I'm at now. I just ate a couple little snacks, so I can dig into some other toys I got. And you're welcome to stick around, ask some questions. You can kind of see the hardware right up there, and that's my work desk is right in front of me. So you can ask questions about the circuits on the software, and I can answer them. I'm gonna switch the screen here, and we're gonna go back to the browser. Let's see if I can go back to the window capture. Cancel that window capture. We'll come back to the Arduino. Dun dun dun. Right there. So there's this Arduino code, and I don't know if I can zoom in. Oh, I can increase and decrease the font size. So let's try that. There we go. So you can see some bigger stuff here. So let's take a quick peek at it. Like I said earlier, this was a very short sketch that came right out of the website, and it sets up the LED on the Arduino, which we saw flashing, and it sets up one of the 3 wires. There were only 3 wires, and the pulse sensor purple pin is one of these 3 wires. So if we take a peek back at, oh, that's where that was coming from. If we take I have to get rid of that right there. Okay, so if we come back to this little device has three little wires coming out of it. You can see the 3 little wires right here. So one wire is the power wire, one wire is the ground wire, and the other wire is the signal wire, the light sensor right here at the bottom. And I'll have to unplug it. so that you can get an idea of, if I disconnect the power to it right here, you can get a better idea. And I will break out the magnifying glass so you can see it has two little squares almost. One is a light, is the green light you're seeing, and the other one is the, can I get it closer? The one on the bottom is a light sensor. And the green light works good for this. I'm not going to get into the science and the physics behind it, but if it works by reflecting light back and forth through your skin and through your body. So this is it, and it's called a photoplasmograph, and it's just like a device you would have your nurse stick on you if you went to the doctor to measure your heart rate, and your pulse oxygen levels. So all of that stuff can be done through a device like this. This is not a medical device. This isn't something I would use in a hospital. It's a very simple hobby device, and it comes from, I got it from SparkFun. It was, you can see it here. Here's the box, or the bag. And it was a cool thing to do, and I like to set this up on small devices like this so that I can show people how easy this is to build and to work with. And you can see here, if we come back to my screen, this uses very little lines of code right here, and we can actually count how many lines this is. If I zoom back out, you can see this is not a very big program. Right here, that's all the program is right there. It is, if I count lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, like 20 lines of code. It's very, very easy and cool, thing to do. And I just mashed another button. I keep doing that when I open the browser. When I click on the browser and see it, I keep typing in the little screen and messing up the code, and it just took me a minute to figure out that I'm changing scenes. But when I have when I have scene 2 on, it shows my cursor inside that little thing. So that's kind of all I have to share about a photoplasmogram. I'm gonna take another quick break. I'm gonna share our Battle of the Bots highlight reel. So questions about Battle of the Bots, you'll get an idea of what it is in just a minute. While I clean up some of this on my desk, and then I'll come back and we'll see if we can't get into another toy that I have laying around somewhere. Okay, cool.
smoke in your house, don't smoke it. You know what I mean? Like, walk.
For this side. On your mark, get set, go. Point for this side. These guys.
Let's go. Have at it. Oh. Oh, and they're struggling. But they're not giving up. It's still a fight. It's still a fight. It's still a fight. What are they? There he is.
No, yeah. Oh,
He's-
who got it? Who got it?
That's 2 out of 3.
3, 2, 1.
Go. Go. Have at it. Oh! 2 batteries down. I think that might be a draw.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that one a draw.
That was hysterical. Hey, what's up? Okay, so I'm back, and what am I gonna do? I'm gonna share a couple other devices I dropped down on my desk here, and they came out of all my cool boxes and things. But first, I'm gonna live tweet since there's nobody watching me. Let's go to there. That's all for. I'm gonna read this out loud while I type it. That's all for photo, plasma photograph. That's all for my plasma photograph. But we got a good signal. It's a cool signal. But that's all. That's all for my plasma photograph. Digging into. We're going to dig into electrophysiology. 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 Did I can't spell that right. Oh. Thank you, auto spell. Dun, 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 dun. My live tweeting is not very successful. I gotta tell you. Photoplasmography. There we go. Okay, cool. Dun dun dun. We're gonna delete some of that. Delete some windows out of my way. And we're back. That was fun. Turns out that 5-minute video is really not long. I should make it a little longer. but I spelled stuff wrong in it. I spelled warrior wrong. Okay, so back to some of my hardware here. Let me get a little bit of coffee because that's what I do. And we shall see. So I've got a bunch of other stuff spread out here on the desk. Let's take a quick peek at it. So up here, you can kind of see another project I've been working on. These are Bluetooth modules. This is a little battery, a little plug-in battery. And the Arduino we've been using. The Arduino Mini here we have been using. I see somebody interested in... Oh, hi, how you doing? So somebody's interested, maybe snooping around on Twitter. Cool. But so I've got all this hardware up here, and really now I want to get into something called electrophysiology or electromyography. And this is what I'm going to be working on for a research project coming up, because I do more than just work on a nonprofit. So this is something called MyoWare, and it came from SparkFun. It's just these little sensors, and they can tell you when your body sends the electrical signals to your muscles. So I'm gonna hold this up and show you. We're gonna open the web page for it, and we're gonna check out how easy it is to use this. And we're going to hook it up once again to the same Arduino. I think the same Arduino. This might require a different power level, so I broke out the other Arduino here. You can see it right there. I broke out the bigger Arduino, the 5-volt Arduino, not the mini one with lower whatever it is. And this one, tracks the signal. So we're going to hook it up to me, and hopefully we can see me telling my muscles to contract, the electrical signal that tells my muscles to contract. And this is where I love it, and I need to do some testing on fitness and health responses to how I stretch and how I take care of myself, and I want to be able to prove some results to some people as I go on. So we're gonna do some cool stuff, and I might grab some screenshots while we're doing that, just so be patient with me. I've been told that I can take breaks on Twitch. I can do all kinds of stuff, and I don't really want it to be boring. I don't really want it to be like I want it to be something that people watch and people learn from. So it's cool. It's fun if we take breaks. Is basically what I've heard. And I'm still kind of new to this. I'm just getting the hang of hosting events on Twitch. So this is something I may try more often. But let's do this electromyography, and we'll set up this MyoWare part. So first, I'm gonna switch our screens. I'm gonna go back to this website. We're gonna drop the Arduino page. I'm gonna switch the browser. Oh, we got Mozilla Firefox ready. So I'm going to turn the browser on and skip the Arduino for now. So this is I'm looking up. Oh, hey, go back. MyoWare muscle sensors made by actually it's right there. You can see the pictures of it. There's a bunch of different options. I have this one right here in my hand, and Google is our friend, so you can check out the details right here. Let's see. It's called electromyography. It's the study of muscles, or the electrical signals that make the muscles do what it does. So if I click more details right there, there it is. It's a sensor from Advancer Technologies. It's right there. It has 12 reviews. I clicked on the page and it's not there. It's gone. They have a new one right here. There's a new version that has these 3 little triangles on it, and I don't have that one. I have this old one. So let's see if I can open the SparkFun page for this, because the SparkFun page for it is really, really good. I want the old version, not this one. Let's see previous versions right there. Let's see the retired version. There it is. Yes. That's the one I have. I have that right here in my hand. Right here. So we're gonna check this out, and we're gonna see how we get started. Let's see if they'll give us the setup. There we go. Yes. Cool. So there's a close up of it, and there's a cable shield that I don't have set up, which would make this so much easier, and I really probably should set that up. Oh, I wonder if I do have that set up. Wait 1 second. Let's see what's in my box of goodies. I have that wire right here. You can see the wire. Super cool. I have that shield right there. Why don't I have that set up? That is terrible. I'm going to have to build this and make that happen and do that sometime in the future. Here's a battery-powered... Oh, the pins are all... It's not a good idea to store this stuff in boxes like this, but I may have to build this out a little bit so I can play with this, because this is exactly what I want to be doing and to be connected with. So we will put aside the signal. Oh, maybe I can. We'll try it. We'll try it with the jumpers here in the back, right here. So there's a cable shield, and it's possible we try with both as I get more parts out. Let's go back to my view here. And the pinout on the bottom, the power shield, I have that also around. The proto shield, we can skip all of that stuff. It's a scale, and you can see how it's hooked up right there. So there's the mid muscle electrode and the end muscle electrode, and then the black line is a ground wire, and you can see there are signals on this. So I'm going to zoom in on this. This is details, and it's very cool. You can see the one in my hand looks just like that right here. In fact, if we flip it over, it looks identical. So we've got the right part. So let's check it out. So we need a power plus minus, and then we need raw EMG power and a signal. So let's go back to the view here and see how this is set up. So we're not going to do that. Let's the Arduino example code right there. Sad. We will allow the download. Oh, wow, and they have conductive fabric electrodes. Ooh. I'm going to bookmark that, because that's something I'm working on. Oh, it's not there. Not found. 404. That is terrible. Okay. So we downloaded code for this, but I don't think we need the code because we're going to do the serial thing. So we need to connect our power and our signal lines. So we're going to check this out. Here we go. So, oh, the shield would work underneath. I would have to put in some pins. Ah, I can do that. Oh, I can absolutely do that. So we can use this crazy little thing. I'll have to flip that over. Duh. And then it's good. I will do some engineering on my end. I'll do some soldering. That's a fancy word for soldering. But let's check this out and get this started. We're gonna connect the raw signals. Let's try since I have the end here, we're gonna go with some jumpers and go right into our Arduino. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Let's check it out. Okay. First of all, let's pull all of this stuff away. since we can't really play with any of that stuff right now, let's pull this in. So we need to connect a lot of this, and I'm going to steal some jumpers from over here because we have these pins. And I'm going to connect. First, I'm going to connect this end. We're just going to do that. And get it going. Oh, those are the same color wires, so I'm going to switch that. Cool. All right. Actually, are these separate? These look like they're separate. No, they're not separate. I'm going to leave those alone over there. I wanted to do something different for the colors and stuff. So that these are our power, ground, and output right there. So we're gonna try the same exact thing we did earlier, and we're gonna connect this up to power, ground, and because we did this earlier, I know that ground is the white spot right there, and power is 1 over. Like that. And we're going to connect this one to a 0. Like that. And I'm going to pull this one aside because it's in the way. And I really just don't want it to touch anything. Cool. So let me break out the magnifying glass and make sure we got all the connections right. A0, positive, and ground right there. Cool. And I just dropped a wire that I'll have to go pick up in a second. But let's try this out. Let's see what happens. Let's go for it. All right. Let me grab that wire. Let's connect this up. We're connecting it. Okay. So I've got my Arduino connected again. And it's ready to work. Very cool, very cool, very cool. I might need to move my keyboard out of the way for this one. Let's set that aside. And we're going to open up the serial monitor for this one. So let me come back. I want to change my orientation here. I want to move the screens and stuff, but we'll see what happens. Let's do the Arduino again and open up the serial monitor or the serial plotter. Let's come back. So on this thing there's a power switch. So let's check that the power actually turns on. And I don't see an LED or anything, but there's a power switch right here. And it even says off and on. Huh. In very, very tiny letters. Okay. So the way this works is it detects the electrical signal that passes between these 2 points right here. And one of them goes at the end of the muscle, and one of them goes in the middle of the muscle, because the way your muscles work, the electrical signal travels to the end of the muscle and tells it to contract all the way up. And then this is a ground or a neutral kind of thing, where it needs to know that there's like other parts of your body, and it senses it, and it uses it to kind of like eliminate the signal from all the other muscles in your body, so that you're only focusing on this spot right here. That's how it works. Basically, in very short description. So we can get this set up, and we can actually put it on me, and we can do this. And I'm going to pull all of this out of the way for right now. Oh, we have this set up to... I'm sorry. I plugged this in completely backwards the other way. That is the raw signals. I should unplug that. How about that? Let's do this. Okay, ready? So those are raw signals. Positive and ground, right here. Let's just make sure we got this wired the right way. Positive and ground. So ground. And positive. Yep. And then the raw signal is this gray one, is this gray line. And the gray line we're going to attach to A0. Now we heard a bunch of clicking and things happening, so it looks like it works and it's on. There we go. Okay, I think we're ready. So let's do some software. Let's do some software. Let's try the serial monitor. Actually, I'm going to open up the download folder. Let's So let's come back to right there, the MyAware, a different page, because I want to do this fast and show everybody that it actually works. So read serial is a basic file in your Arduino package. So I'm going to open up an Arduino package. I'm going to open up the example, basics, read analog voltage. Very cool. Okay. Now we're going to upload. I'm going to share my screen with you first. How about that? Does that work? Like that. There we go. So this is the Arduino package. The basic package. You can go into File and Examples, and it's right there. It's the basic package. It's called Read Analog Voltage. So we're going to check it. We're going to compile the sketch. And it's done compiling. I didn't get any errors. I didn't get anything wrong. We're going to upload. COM7 is unavailable, so that's kind of sad. Let's try COM4. See if we can upload now. Oh, uploading. Uploading. I don't see any flashing lights on here, so I don't think it's uploading. You can see we're kind of stuck and paused on the uploading part, and you can see the little icon waiting. So I may have grabbed the wrong port. Let's go back to port 7, get board info, Native serial port can obtain. So let's unplug. We're gonna do the unplug part and unplug this. Dun 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 dun. Okay. So now we're plugged back in. I've had trouble. I've had this problem before. There we go. So now we've got this working. We've got this running. I'm gonna close the Arduino. Actually, I'm gonna open a new sketch. Let's connect. Let's see if we can verify our code again. Coming back to you. Oh. I did it again. Changing scenes. Let's see if I change my number lock. Can I do that? Okay. Let's try it now. Compiling sketch. All compiled. Upload. So we want to see flashing lights right here, and I don't see flashing lights yet. Hey, hi, how you doing? I see chats. Hi, we're trying to put together an electromyography device. Hi. Hi there. And if we come back to our view here, we can see it's stuck on uploading. So we've got a problem, and now I've got a different light on. You can see a different light right here. So you can see the red light on that was not on earlier. So let's disconnect again. We've disconnected the USB from the computer. There we go. Some flashing happening. And I don't think we're sending. We're not sending our code yet. We're still waiting. So that's a little sad. But while we're waiting on this, I'm going to switch back to the view here. Right here. Oh, just in time. Hey, look at that. There's an error. So a problem uploading to board. COM4, COM7 is what we want to upload to. That was the wrong COM port. So let's verify our code again. Our code is verified. I'm gonna switch back to the view. We're gonna mash the upload button. And now we should see some lights flashing. There we go. We see the lights flashing, so we know that it's transferring the file right now. There we go. So now we've uploaded the basic file. The very, very, very basic. It's called read analog voltage. So it's going to read the pin on number 0, A0. So I'm going to come back and change the views here. Let's take a quick peek at that. So this right here reads the analog input on 0, converts it into a voltage, and prints it in the serial monitor. Graphical representation is also available in the serial plotter. So I can open the serial plotter and show you a signal of my electrical like my electrical system telling my muscles to contract. And that's exactly what we want. So now we want to wire up the voltage and thing and all of the accuracies here. So let's take a quick trip back to this scene here. Let's get this going. I'm gonna pull all these crazy things out of the way because they're I wanted to be lazy and leave it on for later for another project, but now we've got like real wiring happening. So let's do this. Let's leave this here. We know that if we take a look back at our pin diagram, I'm going to shift screen again, and we're going to look at our pin diagram. Let me open that back up. So here's where we wired it up, and we're looking at the raw EMG signal, the power, and the ground. So the ground is the bottom, the blue wire, and it looks like I have them wired backwards, which is probably why I had so much trouble. There we go. So ground. Oh, let me switch back. Here we go. So I've got a ground, and on this board, this is a Arduino Mini Pro, a 3-volt version. So we know that the ground is not next to, or the voltage is not next to the ground. It's one pin over. There's a reset button in the middle. And there we go. Now we've got power. We have power to our MyAware device, so I can switch the power on and off right there. And we have a signal. And let's just make sure that we've got this connected to A0, which we do not. A0 is one pin over. So let's move this one pin over like that. Cool. So we now have this wired up. This should be wired up correctly. The light is on non-stop, which kind of freaks me out a little bit. Maybe I fried it when I put the power on backwards. So let's disconnect. Oh, nope, not. Maybe not. My big fat hand's in the way. Let's disconnect one line from underneath. Reconnect it. Oh, and we hear my USB saying that it's connected. Very cool. Very cool. So there's a signal going back and forth, talking to the computer, telling the computer what it sees here. And I don't think in the code there was anything about the light. So let's take a peek at the Arduino code and see if there is any comment. This may not work on this board because it needs a 5-volt supply. And there is no setup for a light pin on here. So if you scroll through, you don't see anything that says like LED 13. So the onboard LED on this board is not working. So we can ignore this setup. What I'm going to do now is it's set up and it's running. So as I'm scratching away, this is set up and running. What you see up there is actually going, and it's talking right now to my computer. So I should be able to open up the serial monitor and show you what it's picking up. And right now it should just be picking up some kind of like noise and things. It's measuring electrical signals. So it's measuring the voltage that your brain sends down your nervous system into a muscle to tell your muscle to contract. And that's what the two sensors are for. There's a third sensor that just kind of like listens for all the other signals and kind of says, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to do anything about that. We're just trying to listen right here to this one muscle. And this device has these pads on it so that it attaches to one specific muscle. So I'm gonna show that again. So this MyAware device has these two sensors right here that go across a muscle at the end and the middle of a muscle. And then this one down here that kind of just picks up all the extra noise around. So we can do something like, let me slide my keyboard out of the way here. And let's do this. Let's unhook. Actually, let's set up the view. I want to change my view here. Hi. There we go. So let's do the Arduino thing. And I'm going to turn on a new view. We're going to do the serial plotter again. Excellent. Let's check, before I open the serial plotter, let's check. Yeah, okay. Public domain, serial, yep, okay, cool. So we should be able to open up the serial plotter right there. And now I can switch my view. Hold on. I will switch my view right now to the serial plotter. So you can see the signal that I'm seeing. Is it there? Nope. Boo! Oh, COM7. There it is. Yes. Okay, cool. All right. So now we've got a view. Now we can see the signal. So let's take a peek at what's happening here. There's nothing happening. That's what's happening. There's no signal nowhere. So now we can come back and we can hook up me to this. And we're gonna do this part. So I'm gonna unstick, and now as I do this, you can now see that there are signals happening on our little board here. So we're doing something right. So I'm gonna connect this right here to my, let's do I'm gonna use this muscle right here. So we're gonna see me contract that muscle with my thumb. So let's attach this somewhere away from, this is basically like a ground, and you can see there's this gel that is electrical properties, just like a wire. So I'm gonna connect this to down here to my wrist, just like that. Actually, if I do that, I won't be able to do all the other cool stuff. So let me disconnect the other pads covers, just like that. And I've got extra pads just in case this doesn't work. Like the pads are old. The pads have been on here for a very long time. It's been probably a year or two since I've broken this out. So we're going to measure the electrical signal across these two from the end of the muscle and the middle of the muscle. So I want to put this like that. Right there across my hand. And I'm going to put this one over here, away from it. So now you should be able to see the contraction in my hand and in my muscle. So if we go back to the other view, you can see my thumb moving. I don't know if I can make this, hold on. So let's see if I can do this part here. Let's see if I can add another window capture. We'll do the Arduino add source right there. There we go. Yes. So you can see my muscle, my hand, the electrical signal coming from my hand, from my brain, telling my muscle to lift my thumb up. And this is where I want to grab a screenshot since I'm live tweeting today. So bear with me for a minute while I mash some buttons. Burp, 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 burp. But you can see that right there. That is electromyography at work. And you can also see the board. The light on the board actually like turns on. Thank you for bearing with me while I set that up. I'm gonna do some live tweeting in a break. So if I do that and grab a screenshot, a second screenshot right here, I will take a break in just a second and I will share a video while I take a break. But you can see here that this works, and this works very well. This is also kind of like a small device. Honestly, this board. If I take away these pins, you could fit this in a lot of things. And this micro or Arduino Mini is also very small. It's using power from here, but we could hook up a very small battery, something like this right here. This battery would power this Arduino for quite a while, and we could do things like measure muscles. Cool. But I'm going to take a break. So I'm going to unhook this. Now that we know it works. And I'm going to share a video from Battle of the Bots. Hi there. Hi again. Hey, so I'm standing now. Let me adjust my view here. There we go. So I'm standing for a minute. I'm gonna take a quick break. We're gonna play the Battle of the Bots highlight reel again, and I'm gonna do some live tweeting in the meantime, and hopefully have enough time to grab a snack and go to the bathroom also. But one of the programs we run here is called the Battle of the Bots, and you can see the logo up there. It's something we do with robots and veterans and teams and things. So I'm here doing my thing, but at the same time I'm promoting it a little bit as well. So if you enjoy it, I think there's some links in our About Us page where you can sign up and go and do things there. All right, cool. Video time.
Wally, don't do this. Don't wait a while. Wally. Come on, go home. You know what I mean? Like,
For this side. On your mark, get set, go! Point for this, these guys.
Can we pull another box?
Let's go. Have at it. Oh. Oh, and they're struggling. But they're not giving up. It's still a fight. It's still a fight. It's still a fight. What are they? There he is.
No, yeah. Oh,
He's-
who got it? Who got it?
Best 2 out of 3.
3, 2, 1.
Go. Go. Have at it. Oh! 2 batteries down. I think that might be a draw.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that one a draw. Both
That-
went over.
Was hysterical. Hey, I'm back. Cool. And I'm unfortunately gonna have to wrap up. I just got a warning that my camera battery is about to die. Not this camera, but my desktop camera is my backup phone, my extra phone, and apparently it draws more power than it takes in by streaming the camera over the Wi-Fi to my computer. So we're gonna wrap up now. I'm gonna give you another quick overview. So that's the view with a lot of noise on this device right here, which is electromyography. And you can see when I move it, now that I've kind of like touched it on something generic like the table, it's got this weird signal. So if I just attach it to my hand right there, also it's got this weird signal until I attach the ground. And I don't think you can see all of that. Let me move that back. So this is where I'm going to end it, my little demonstration here. But you can see when I attach this to the end of the muscle, if I don't have this connected, there is way too much noise from all the other electrical signals in my body. So this one listens to the rest of the signals in my body. And you can now see that there's a problem here because this needs to be at the end of the muscle right here. This needs to be at the end of the muscle to detect the electrical signal when it comes in, and it's not there. I put it right in the middle, and I did that kind of like on purpose. So what you can't see the electrical signal very well on that graph right there. So if I move this down a little bit so that this sensor right here is at the base of the muscle, now you can see a little more of the electrical signal. We can pick up a little more of the electrical signal that's actually happening. And this is part of like electromyography that I did in school as an engineer. So if when I get this at the actual base of the muscle, you can see a much better signal. It's very cool, right? Cool. And I can move this around too. So let's move all of this like that. Yeah, there we go, right there. And I'm going to grab a screenshot of that. Nope, not right now. But I want this to move over some. Cool. And there it is. So you can see the electrical signal. And it kind of works like a battery, like a positive or minus. Whereas the signal is coming back. And this is, well, not exactly like a positive or a minus, but because this is at 2.5 volts basically. Adjusted. It's not 2.5 volts in your body. It's microvolts. Cool. But this device kind of amplifies it all, and then there's this this little dial down here to crank it up, like a volume knob almost, and it's cranked it up to about 2.5 volts. So I'm gonna wrap up here. We're gonna turn this thing off. That on and off button doesn't really do anything, does it? Okay, cool. So I'm going to set things aside, and I really wish I had time to get into my other electrophysiology stuff. But like I said, I just got a warning about my battery, so I'm going to lose that camera in minutes. I appreciate anybody who catches this. I'm not going to play the crazy video again because I played it a few times over the last few hours. But what I am going to do is just say that if you catch this, if you want to get involved in science or technology or any of that other stuff, I'm your guy. I'm not super smart at all of it, but I can help, and I can talk the language and figure out the things that maybe other people don't realize about engineering, science, technology, all of that stuff that seems hard, but it's not really. And I'm going to continue to work on this stuff. I actually have to build a device. I have to build this into a box that I can walk around with, so I can test some muscle strength exercises. That's something I'm big into as an engineer who studies this kind of stuff. So I will catch you probably maybe on Thursday nights. I will try to start doing more of this, and make it my thing instead of the lift and shift thing. That way I can kind of share it behind the scenes, like a day in the life of a real engineer, kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that works and how the response is to this. So after a few weeks. Also, Thursday nights are kind of. By the time Thursday night rolls around, I'm a little tired. I'm a little exhausted. So maybe some thoughts to the schedule. Maybe Saturday. This is a good time for me to do this. And Thursday night is something we can do as a group with our design team. We'll explore some ideas there. Anyway, I appreciate the attention. There were a few people chatting at me, and that's always fun. It's always cool. I wish there were questions so I could ask or answer more. And it also appears to me that I should be able to change some of the logos and things. So maybe I work on that while I'm here for next week. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you.